Little Victory Sports Cards, and I'm back with another PSA sub reveal. It's a bigger one. It is 81 cards, and it is the $15 per card special PSA had going on for 1989 and older cards, so a little more vintage cards. I went through my collections and found about 165 gradable cards that I thought do well in this submission, and I broke it up into two orders. You'll see the other order. That one just finished up too. You'll see it next week. If you know me, I like giving out that tip. I like splitting up the orders. I don't like submitting, say, 200 cards at once. Because what if you get a bad grader? You don't want them grading that whole giant order. So I broke it up into about 81 cards and 83 cards. So this is the first submission that got done. I think I had a very experienced grader. I checked out the grades. I think they put the more experienced graders on the, vintage, more older cards, and I think they put the new graders on the more ultra modern and modern. So the grades are pretty consistent. They didn't do me any favors, but, they're consistent. So that's all I can ask for. So let's go ahead and get started. It took about 35 days, so pretty average. I am enjoying that turnaround time for sure. All right, and I will be going kind of fast through these since it is a larger order, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Looks like there's about 3 boxes. All right, here's the first chunk. Oh man, so you're gonna see mostly 70s and 80s basketball, baseball, and football. I would say there is a lot of 1986 Fleer basketball, so I hope you enjoy those. All right, the first card up is a 1986 Bernard King Fleer. On a lot of these 86 Fleer basketballs, the pre-grades are around an 8. So for about 15 years, I love collecting this 86 Fleer basketball set. So for the past like 15-20 years, whenever I go to shows or whatnot, I would always buy the singles of these 86 Fleers. Probably paid about $1 or $2 a piece, and I would go to this well, and I've already picked out probably the 9s and 10s over the years, but I realized at $15, I think the PSA 8s are worth grading. So that's what you're going to see. I think there's probably about 30 or 40 in this submission, and they were all pre-grades of 8s. You will see hopefully some PSA 9s and hopefully not very many 7s. So let's keep going. Here's a Fat Lever PSA 8. So we're kind of on par with our pre-grade of an 8s. Here's a Moses Malone Hall of Famer. As you can tell, they're pretty sharp cards, and they do have chance at mint 9s. Minimal white on the corners. The centering probably will keep you from a 9 and a 10 in most cases, but they're good. There's nice crisp 8s. Here's a Derek Harper, got an 8 too. This one's a little more condition sensitive in the set. It's always off center, top to bottom, as you can see on this one for sure. Vinnie Johnson. This one got a 7. Let's see if we can quickly see the difference between a 7 and an 8. Yeah, a little more white on the corners. You see that? Nicely centered up, though. 7 stack. We got some baseball. This is the 1988 Kenner starting lineup, Alan Trammell. I love collecting these. I love buying the starting lineups and popping out the card. They're condition sensitive because they kind of pinch in that plastic on the cardboard. But got a 9. This one was a pre-grade of a possible 10. But I was okay with the 9 for sure. Here's a 1981 Danny Ainge. The basketball legend. He did have some baseball rookie cards. 2 sport player. That's impressive. Got a 9. Pre-grade was a hopeful 10 on that. But, on vintage cards, a little more vintage cards, it's almost like a 2-grade margin of error. So, for example, if you think you're going to get a 10, it could get an 8. So, there's just surface issues and all that kind of stuff. So I did get some minimum size, which is also very common when you're sending older cards. Don't be surprised if it comes back mint size. It just means they're smaller in most cases. This Cliff Johnson, 75 tops, got a mint size. This Reggie Jackson is always smaller, cut smaller, the 79. More mint size. Here's the Hugh from 1960 tops, got a mint size too. Oh well. Keep rolling with the 86 Fleer. Robert Parrish got an 8. Xavier McDaniel, this one got a 9. Yay. That's just bonus that I get 9s on these ones. Sam Perkins got an 8. Sidney Moncrief got an 8. So on par with those 8s. Here's an 86 Bonds. This one was a pretty good of a 9. It was a solid 9 all the way. Didn't have a chance at 10 because of centering. Thicker on the right, thinner on the left. But I got the 9, what I wanted. Here's another condition-sensitive card. I imagine the Mint 9s sell, you know, it's pretty much a common base player, but this Mint 9 price sells more than most Mint 9s in the set. My guess around $100. I'll have to look that up. But you can see it's pretty off-centered, but it still got there. Got the 9. Very happy with that one. Ralph Sampson got an 8. Fred McGriff, 87 rookie from Fleer Update, got a 9. Pretty good was a 10 on that one. But you're going to get a lot of chipping. See that white? So I get it. It's so common, though, with that set. Oh, man, I was hopeful for a 10 on this one. It's the Griffey rookie, Mother's Cookie. These ones kind of are condition sensitive, I'd say. A lot of surface scratching that can happen. And, you know, it's an older card. It's a rookie card. I got a Mint 9, so I'm okay with that. This one feels like it doesn't have many cards in it, so it's probably the rest are mostly in that big box. Oh, this is an interesting card. Wait, did I forget some? I did forget some over here, too. Alright, this one's an interesting card. It is the hand-cut box bottom in the 1987 tops. So these are going to be notorious to have kind of indents. You know, think about it. They were laying on top of things, other boxes on top for years and years and years. But this one, there it is. So you see it? Right there. There's a line right there. Little bit of an impression. Other than that, man, it was amazing. Look at that. For a box bottom, does it deserve a 5? I mean, according to the guidelines, yes. It has that indent. So, but is the eye appeal greater than a 5? Hell yes. It is such a nice card. It's a cool looking card. Jack Sikma, back with the 8s. The 8 train going. 1977 TCMA Roberto Clemente. Got a 9. I wasn't quite sure. It felt like it was a little off center, top to bottom. See how much thinner than the bottom? But I think maybe that's normal to the set. It was sharp. Very sharp. Got a 9. Happy with that one. The Harold Baines. You know, Hall of Famer. Whether you agree with that or not, I wanted to still get one of his rookie cards. This one was a pretty good of a 9. It even had an outside chance at a 10, I thought. So I think this one's undergraded. It's pretty condition sensitive, but it's nice. It's a nice copy. Undergraded on that one. Kurt Rambis. He has some good photos in all his cards. Got an 8. A little white on that corner. Still got the 8. Eric Sleepy Floyd. Got an 8. Randy Johnson's kind of like a minor league card. CMC from 89, rookie, future star, Indianapolis Indians. This card was sharp. I figured it was a 9. I thought the centering was still within. As you can see, thinner on the bottom, but I don't think it deserves an 8 on that one. Here's an 84 star, Joe Merriweather, Per grade was an 8 on this with an outside chance at a 9. I didn't see many flaws. Man, they grade these star cards so tough. I know the centering's kind of just erratic and everywhere, but man, they grade them tough. All right, got a 7 stack. Here's a Michael Thompson. This one got a 7. You know, that Ben wasn't there. So that one was a PSA damage. You see that? You think, with my experience, I would send that in? That's glaring. So that's okay. That does happen every now and then. Luckily, over the years, when it does happen to me, it's always lower end cards. So I'm very thankful. But that's the reason I got a 7 there. When you think about it, I mean, that shouldn't happen. And PSA should be accountable, even for the lower end cards. But the price difference between a 7 and an 8 is pretty marginal. It's, you know, probably $5. So, I don't know. PSA 8 on this one. Still, I don't want to see that for sure. All right, let's open up the next box. All right, I'll try to pick up the pace. It's hard to go through reveals fast. It's really hard. Ooh. These are fresh. Go chunk by chunk. Lots more 86 Fleer basketball. Okay. Keep it rolling. Kiki Vandeweghe. He was a trailblazer. I love the Blazers in the 80s and 90s. Got an 8. I wish I, you know, was born kind of and lived through the 70s so I could have seen them win their one championship, the Bill Walton era. Here's an 89 Fleer Griffey. Pretty good was a 9 on that one. They got it right. Centering was just kept it from a 10. These ones are condition sensitive. The Randy Moss, you don't see him a lot too, especially graded. This is the Rising Stars, his rookie. It was a hopeful 10, but a 9's okay. This one was a solid 9 all the way. Didn't have a chance at a 10. You see the off center, but it was sharp, completely sharp over the. Other than that, and do you want to see how off center a mint 9 can be? Look at that on the back. I'm talking about. That's nuts. But I think it only has to be 10%. Still got the 9. Here's a hockey. You're not going to see a lot of hockey from me. 82 Opeachy Wayne Gretzky. It just looked like a 7 or an 8 to me. It was sharp. Just found it in one of my collections. So, not sure what a 7 sells for, but that's okay. We're going to get some older baseball. 77 Jim Rice. I got an 8. You know, I think a pre-grade was an 8 with a hopeful chance at a 9. But I got the 8. Here's a Dale Murphy rookie and Lance Parrish, 78. This one was really, really sharp. It was just off center, you know. See that on the left to the right. It's too bad. I hate it when nice, clean, sharp cards are off centers. It's so annoying. 6. Here's an Ozzie Smith. Pre-grade was a 5 on this. I wasn't expecting much. Corner wear and way off center. It just was a good deal. I think I picked it up at Card Shop for like $15. I don't know what 5 sell for, but it seemed worth it. We'll just put like a 7 and lower stack over here. And we'll do that. Ooh. Alright, so I would say this officially is the first really bad grade. I lost money on this card for sure, grading it. I figured it was a 9, if not a 10. There's got to be a surface wrinkle or something, right? I don't know. I'll set that one aside. Maybe at the end I'll quickly crack them out and show you. Maybe we can learn together what they saw. Mint 9 on this 84 Donruss Ricky Henderson. Pretty good was a 9. Hopeful 10, but like I said, no quite favors on this. Didn't push any of these to a 10. Here's an 86 Sportflix Bo Jackson. The lenticular design. I loved them growing up. This was another one pre-grade with a hopeful 10, but I figured they would give it a 9. Dennis Eckersley, 77, same year as that Jim Rice you just saw. Pre-grade was an 8 with a hopeful 9. Didn't push there. It's a 79 George Brett. Pretty good was an 8. It was sharp. I don't think this is a 7. I know it's off center, but it's within. So this one's undergraded for sure. There's an 81 Danny Ainge. Oh, this one was sharp. Pretty good was a 9 with a hopeful even 10 on this. So, like I said, with that 2 grade margin of error, it's just they probably see something on the surface. Not a clean focus. Maybe some snowing, some stuff like that's going to knock you down to the 8. So, undergraded on that one. Let's keep it rolling. More 86 Fleer basketball. Steve Stepanovich. Got an 8. Yay, is this our first 10? Yeah. So, the newer year, 1989. That was the minimum year. Well, maximum year that you could send to this level. So, you got the 10 on the Aikman. We'll do a 10 stack away from the 86 Fleer basketball. 89 Tim Brown tops. Pretty good was a 10. But they got it to a 9. These ones are so hard to grade. The supplemental Bo Jackson 89. That image is awesome. Dual sport player. Hopeful 10 on that, but he got the 9. These ones are notorious for having kind of surface flaws, print defects, and this, as clean of a copy as this is, it was pack pulled so fresh. It just takes these little kind of surface, see them right there, little surface lines. Yeah, right there, you can get them. And that'll give you an 8. That'll knock it to an 8. Jerry Sichting, that's maybe how you say his last name. He got a 9. Happy with that. Jesse Baker, 1984 tops. I used to collect these. This one I was just going through the cards and it looked like a 10, so I just threw it in there, but I got a 9. Hopeful that was going to get a 10. Here's a Howie Long. Pre-grade was an 8. It got a 7, so not quite sure what they saw. There. You see it? A little bubble. I mean, that's just factory. Especially in the 80s, it's pretty common, but they don't like those. So if you see them, I thought maybe they'd let it slide on an 8, but that's a pretty big bubble. Here's a Gerald Wilkins, got a 9. I'm happy that some of these 86 Fleers are getting 9s. I can't believe I missed him over the years, not sending him in earlier. Maurice Lucas got a 7. I think I have a PSA 10 of this card up for sale right now. Just off center. I think that's just what they didn't like about it. I get it. Here's Tom Chambers. Got an 8. Here's some more 86 Fleer. Phil Hubbard got an 8. That's a pretty common card. I remember I used to be able to buy the PSA 10s for 35, 40 bucks on 4 Sharp Corners. I used to go to their website. I hope it's easier to use nowadays. World Be Free. Got an 8. Michael Cooper. Laker got an 8. Alex English got an 8. Big names in this 86 set. George Gervin got an 8. So my pre-grades were kind of right on. Artis Gilmore got a 7. Let's see if we see anything different. Yeah, a little bit corner issues. Gerald Henderson got an 8. Eddie Johnson got the 7. What? I don't know about that. That one's undergraded. Sam Bowie. Or Bowie. Either way, he got 9. Happy with that one. He was the dude picked ahead of Jordan. Joe Barry Carroll got a 9. Nice. Mark Eaton got the 8. I think that might be it for the 86 Fleers. Let's keep rolling though. This one got an 8. I probably shouldn't have sent these in. I didn't realize their value is pretty low, and you have the chance at getting 8s. But they look like vending fresh. I had about 5 of these. But this one got an 8. Disappointed there. Here's kind of the Nolan Ryan version of that with Walter Johnson. At least he got a 9. That's got to be at least 40 bucks, right? I don't know. Dave Stewart, rookie. This one got an 8. Pre-grade was a 9. It was sharp. It was clean. No, that's a 9. Here's an 83, Nolan Ryan. Pre-grade was a 9. It was just off-center, as you can see. Top to bottom and left to right there. Correct grade there. Oh, good. I was hoping these Keith Hernandez rookies would come back at least 7s. I had a mini. It must be in the next batch, next order. I got a 7. This is rookie. Here's a 76 Topps Mike Schmidt. Got an 8. I'm happy with that. Pre-grade was an 8. Just off-centered. It was clean. Here's a Fleer sticker. Isaiah Thomas rookie. It was just off-center. I had to get some wax stains off of it. I'm okay with that grade. It had an outside chance at an 8, but I'm okay with that. 84, Bears team leaders, Walter Payton. This one's undergraded. I think it's a solid 9. I know it has a few, like, kind of fisheye. But, no, if you know this card, like I do, it's a solid 9 copy. But that's okay. Same with this Winslow. These ones were pre-grades of 9s. With an outside chance out of 10. So, you know, I'm definitely unhappy with some of these. I just didn't get that push, the little favor, but that's okay. Here's Staubach and Bradshaw 79. Cool to see these two on the same card. The front, unbelievable. It was Gem 10 front. Then you get to the back. Look at that centering. Look at that. You can barely see a sliver of that. So, I'm okay with an 8 on that. Here's 79 Paul Molitor. Got an 8. These were pre-graded an 8 with hopeful 9. Cliff Branch. This one was sharp. Disappointed in this one. I think it's a 9 copy. Look at that. Look at the color. Everything. Yeah, I don't know. I think that one's a 9. There's another 10. So my only 10s were the 89 traded Aikmans. That's okay. I'm grading older cards. Kevin Willis got an 8. This is the final card. It is the 89 Topps Michael Irvin rookie. Got a 9. Pre-grade was a 10 on this one. It was clean. It was sharp. So I hope you enjoyed this order. If you did, you're going to like my next reveal because it's pretty much the same cards. It's that second part to the batch. So look for that soon, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.